Hi, this is Ann with Finance on the Offense, and today I'm going to go over what you should do with your old 401k. In my opinion, it's in your best interest to convert it to an IRA, and in this video, I'm going to give you a few reasons why. All right, let's get started. All right, now first I want to mention that there are actually two types of 401k, a traditional and a Roth 401k. And Roth 401k is pretty new, so I'm betting that most of you who are watching this video have a traditional 401k. The main difference between the two is that with a traditional 401k, the money that you put in is not taxed at that time, but when you go to pull it out at retirement, you'll be taxed on that money that you originally put in back then and the growth that it made, so the profits. If you have a traditional 401k, you'll want to roll it over to a traditional IRA. Now, you can also convert your traditional 401k to a Roth IRA, but there are tax implications when you do that, so make sure to do your research and find out how much you're going to owe in taxes if you decide to go that route. If you're just going from traditional 401k to traditional IRA, there won't be any taxes to worry about. With a Roth 401k, the money that you put into that has already been taxed. And then when you go to take it out at retirement, you don't have to pay taxes then on the original amount or the profits. And that is a huge advantage to the Roth 401k. So if you have a Roth 401k, you'll want to transfer it to a Roth IRA. Now, when I'm talking about transferring a 401k to an IRA, I definitely do not mean pulling your money out yourself and then putting it in an IRA somewhere. You need to work with both banks on this, because if you actually pull it out of the account, you're going to get hit with penalties and fees, and we don't want that. Also, most of the time, you actually cannot roll over a 401k to an IRA if you're still working at the job that's providing the 401k. There are a few exceptions to this, but it's pretty rare. But let's say you quit. Now you have the option of rolling over that 401k to an IRA, and here are a few reasons why you might want to do that. Number one, first, you have more control and more options. Did you ever notice that when you sign up for your 401k, you only have about 10 to 15 different options to put your money in? And you might notice that some of those don't perform very well. With an IRA, you control what you want to buy as far as investments go and when to buy and sell them if you want to. But as I said before, if you decide to sell them, don't pull that money completely out of the account. Just let it sit there in cash until you decide what you want to buy next as an investment in your IRA. If you pull it completely out, you'll be hit with taxes and penalties. Number two, the fees can be so much cheaper with an IRA. A lot of the mutual funds in 401ks have high fees, so if you roll over to an IRA, you get to decide what funds to buy. I recommend doing something like a total stock market index fund like VTSAX, VSKAX, or SWTSX. But those are another area to research too, because if you're really close to retirement, those are total stock funds, and that might be a little bit risky for your situation. Number three, another reason to roll over your 401k to an IRA is just the simple fact that you don't work there anymore. So it might be a little harder to get a hold of the people that you need to if you need to make changes in your 401k. And then what if the company goes out of business? The way I see it, if I move, my money moves with me. So I always roll it over as soon as possible after I quit. So how do you go about converting your 401k to an IRA? Well, the best thing to do is start a brokerage account at either Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard, or another similar firm like that handles IRAs. You can just chat with them or call them and find out their process for doing an IRA conversion. That's how I've done it in the past. They just sent me a few forms. I fill those out and send it back to them, and they basically help me to walk through the process step by step. All right, if you like this video and you want to see other videos like this, just hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.